Alright guys, so my nephew and I are going to put the CNC router machine together. So basically what we're going to do is assemble it, and if we run into any issues or some advice or tips that we could give you guys while assembling this unit. Here's the name of it. There we go, there's all that information. This is the one we're going to put together, and we're going to get it going. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on the process. Alright guys, one thing I wanted to mention was these cheap little screws here. If my camera can pick it up. Just be careful when you are installing the wire holders here. Some of this threading kind of stripped out. We barely tightened and it stripped out, so just keep in mind that these screws aren't the greatest and the threads aren't the strongest. So that's just one thing we wanted to mention, but we'll get back to it. Alright everybody, so really quick, just want to let you guys know this little plastic wire cover, just so you guys know if you guys run into a heart issue that we did here. It is really tough to get in for whatever reason. So just want to let you guys know when you're installing this wire strip cover, it's gonna be a pain, but I promise you we'll get through it. And we have a flat clamp here that works perfectly for it, so we're just going to clamp it down so it's nice and snug. it is all finished. Pretty freaking sweet. I'm really liking this. Even got little guards here on the end. Here is the bit holder. So again, this is all new to me, and this is going to be very interesting. One thing is they gave you some extra parts, which is really nice. They gave you the screwdriver. This is the, I forgot the name of that, but once we get this running on the computer, and it's actually moving, and we actually have some action going on, we will start recording that as well. Alright guys, so the CNC is doing its thing. We got it running, and we gave it a just a basic file for a test run. And I got some Dayglow G10 here, just letting it do its thing. We're basically making that flywheel there on this. It's just a pattern, it's not going to come all the way through. But there it is, it's in the works. Now I have to figure out how to make my own stuff. So with the help of my nephew, we got to this point. A lot of screw-ups, broke a lot of tips, but hey, that's part of it. But there it is, the beginning stage of the CNC for the scales that I'll be doing. So here are some samples of what I did a little further into messing with the CNC. As you guys can see, I went pretty deep with a larger bit on this power button image. But here is the flywheel that we did first. So very, very minimal depth. And then we went a little bit deeper with the broken tip that the box, or sorry, that the kit came with. So this is the engraving bit. So as you guys can see, very, very fine tip. And that is what we did here. And then for this one with the broken tip, it was a little bit wider, and we actually went deeper in. It gave it a wider looking design. So that was really interesting, and again, learning, so I don't know exactly what's going on. And with this, as you guys can see, it's very large. What I did is I took my 1/8 inch mill bit. This is actually the bit that I used to hand mill through titanium, so this thing can handle G10 no problem. And I figured out the depth and did this image, again, pretty deep, and it actually powered through. So really happy that the motor can handle this depth and material, which is pretty strong stuff. And then over here I went just a circle with different depth holes for obviously laying out the holes on scales. I wanted to see if I could control the depth, which you can do. The only thing I can't do with the free trial on Easel, which is the software that lets me program basically the design of what I'm trying to do, it won't let me make smaller holes, or not smaller holes, but it won't let me control the size of the hole, and it won't give me measurements. So I'm gonna have to upgrade to either Easel or a better software. If you guys know of any better softwares, just let me know down below in the comments. It'd be much appreciated. Here's some more holes. I did some more on the other side. There is that flywheel design with the 1/8 inch mill bit. So obviously a lot wider. And then these are just certain depths that I was trying to go, and then holes. And then these were holes with countersunk areas. So it's definitely possible. I just need thinner, actually need a skinnier bit to create those smaller holes and then create that recessed area for the hardware. The last thing I want to say about the machine is it's actually very, very well put together, and the instructions on it are extremely well. So there's really no issues other than those two that I brought up earlier in the video. And then I have this knife here because I was thinking of engraving something with the engraver bit onto the scale, maybe a very tiny frag pattern, but this is a knife that I'll be experimenting on since it is G10 and it's a very nice budget-friendly knife. Highly recommend this knife. If you guys are interested, I'll leave a link down below where you can pick one up. But great knife. And as always, thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one.